Welcome to another and final part of fucking Dave Mirra 2 on GBA. We're doing the hardcore challenges. And to start things off, I think it's about time we reveal some things. Number one, the scores and such are at their peak. We are going through all these levels for the final time, and because of that, for pretty much a lot of these levels, I'm going to be skipping through a fuck ton. The only level I won't be skipping through a fuck ton on is going to be the last level, because that's our new level. Number two is that this level in particular is the point in which I essentially had to, accept the fact that, for me, the game was soft-locked. You see, in order for you to actually be able to beat the game, which is, 100%, you need to essentially have certain stats maxed out. Oh, by the way, you have like 3 minutes now instead of 2, or 2:30 like before. So, yeah, this is your max time now. A bit interesting that time increase as the difficulty gets higher, but it's needed. It's fucking needed at times. Anyway, the main issue is that in order for you to actually be able to complete a certain goal at the very least, this one in particular, you need to get your air and your hang time and your speed, like I believe air and speed at the very least at maximum, and hang time getting close to maximum. If they are not at that point when you get to here, you are not going to reach this one thing that the game requires you to get. And unless you get lucky and get, those free stats when you unlock the last level, and that is enough for you to actually, fix your mistake, yeah, you're basically soft-locked, because you need to get a certain amount of speed and air stats in order for you to reach a total of 25 feet in the air, like 25 height. If you do not have those 2 stats in particular at maximum, you won't reach it. And because of that, it makes one of the mirror letters in this level impossible, because you need to be getting pretty much 25 fucking feet to get it. If you do not get 25 feet, you can go get fucked. You now have to go and redo the entire level again. Also, hey Woodward! Yeah, there's the A. The A is the fucking spot where you're either soft-locked or you're gonna progress. If you are unable to get 25 feet in here, in that fucking half pipe, you're fucked. Anyway, the third thing is that because of the fact this is the same shit, I'm gonna be skipping hardcore. So get ready to be seeing just the fucking highlights, essentially, of every level. I'm only gonna be talking about the significant ones, essentially, because the rest of these are pretty, standard in a way. They're all just jumping off kickers or whatever. Pretty standard shit. Just aim good, jump good, and you're good to go. This spray can is fucky because of the way you have to aim for it, but otherwise, not too terrible. But yeah, it's just the fucking A letter. The A letter can eat a dick. Oh, and by the way, there is this thing called the Big House. There you go, that's the Big House. There's also the star here, which you just grind for, and that's it. By the way, we're going to see Woodward again, and it's going to be interesting because we can't access this level in that Woodward, but when we're here, we can access Woodward from here. So, yeah. Also, this ramp sucks because you have to angle yourself correctly, get the right amount of speed from using the ramps, and you have to be just right to get this. Otherwise, you're going to get fucked. So, everything has to line up near perfect for you to actually make this, even with the best stats, the pain in the ass, because this can happen too. So, ultimately use this part of the ramp, this side, go for the jump, and just get lucky. Like that, to get the rolling gap. This is one of those goals which also fucking sucks, but is possible even if you were middling out the fucking shit like I was. Also, the bingo ramps are those slow fucking ride-up ramps again. By the way, game's being picky again. That side won't work, this side does. Fuck you, game. Stop being fucking picky. Anyway, get the rest of these, and you're good to go. So, yeah, this is essentially just the rest of the game. Good little bingo right there. Now it's time, I believe, for that A. You also gotta be straight as fuck, and you gotta be just getting a lot of speed from this. And I do mean straight as fuck. If you are angling just a little bit, you're not gonna make it. You won't get the height for it. You have to be fucking up 100% at a perfect angle, essentially. Just a straight line up for it. Or else, you're not getting it. So, there you go. Straight fucking line. Got it. Fuck you, game. Here's the rest of the letters. By the way, if you don't get all these letters after getting that nightmare, you gotta do it again. I really, really fucking hate this game with its bullshit. I swear to God. Anyway, that's everything. That's that level done. Fuck the Mirra. Fuck this game. Time for the rest of the goddamn levels. Local Park is next, and Local Park also has some shit. For instance, we have a fucking monkey bar jump, as well as this fucking R here, and the star too, which you get both the same go. Good job. But yeah, fuck the monkey bars. It is a very accurate fucking thing to pull off. This one isn't too bad, but you do have to get this wall ride going in order to make these jumps. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, the monkey bars can fuck off. They require just you to be super accurate with your timing of the jump, the height of your jump, the speed, everything. If you're not hitting it just directly, you're fucked. And then you gotta get a jump right afterwards, correctly, which there is a bit of a delay for jumping off the rails, by the way, so have fucking fun with that. Anyway, here's me getting the rest of this shit, like the letters and the fucking spray cans, because we gotta get this shit. And I'm also get the snake run, which, when you hear snake run, you are thinking of a pipe run. That is in no way what this game is intending. What this game actually wants from you for a fucking snake run is this grind. Yeah, it's called the snake rail. Sure. I guess it's a bit snaky, you know. Anyway, time for the score, in which, you know, the manuals, they work a little bit here in the park at the very least. You'll be able to see it, how it works in the combo. But, yeah, it's not gonna do me too much. Again, we're gonna be doing the fucking ramp stall method a fuck ton. Except, sometimes the rail button just doesn't wanna fucking work. Get used to that. You're gonna have to. You have no fucking choice. This game really is not gonna play well with you at all. Time for the warehouse, which the majority of the shit we have to do is outside. So, first off, we have to grind the boxes here. There are 4 box grinds here, but there's 2 more on the right there. So, you know. Also, that spray can, if you just grind for it, you won't get shit. You gotta jump for it. I know. It's being picky again. It's being fucking picky, and the goddamn view of it really does not help any matters. But, you know, gotta deal with it. Like, we gotta deal with the fucking Gomez gaps. Which, by the way, they're pretty easy, honestly. 2 of them are close together. The last one requires you to essentially make a jump over the train tracks, essentially. The Gomez gaps are kinda neat. I like them. And then you got this, where you jump for the star right afterwards. Now that also leads to a goal, but it didn't count for me because the game is a dick. Much like it's a dick here, this fucking M. fuck this M, you have to get right onto the wall and get a good accurate aim on it. And then you end up teleporting because of it. Fuck you. Anyway, the rest of the letters are fine. There's one there, there's an I here. There is another letter which requires you to make a grind here. Easy enough. You don't have to do the Gomez gap, really, you can just grind for it. And the last one, right where the split logo is. And of course, I get the grind bit right out of the way here as well. Just grind it normally and you get the tunnel rail. So yeah, I have to separately do the star and the fucking rail. Also, then you got the spray cans, which you have this spray can right here, which requires you to grind upward, jump, and if you miss, you have to do a bit of a kickback like that, but otherwise, you get it that way. Then, there's this one that was where the star was in, I believe, amateur, so get that. And then the rest of them are outside, and guess what? That's the only time you ever go inside for those 2 spray cans, really, so yeah, like I said, the rest are outside. Jump off the rails when you go for this grind, by the way, because if you stay grinding on the rails, you don't stay grind on that fucking rail. You get kicked off. And that's all the spray cans. The last thing is, of course, score, which, again, there's nothing for me to really talk to you about. You already know what to do here. You already saw the trick. You already know what I'm doing here. You know what I'm pulling off. You know the bullshit I'm fucking flying through the air with. There's no, like, special little thing here that you gotta note on or anything. Like, you know, fucking get over yourself. Just get the score done. You know what to do. Moving on, we now have the fucking school area. Which, by the way, remember that spot where I said don't fucking move, just jump? Yeah, do that again, please, because we gotta jump on the buses. There are 2 buses here we gotta catch, as well as a letter there, and there's one more fucking bus we gotta catch, which also has a letter, and all I have to do for this bus is transfer over it, which is very, very awkward. But there you go, the bus stop. Now, get those letters, or else you gotta do that shit again. So, first off, there's also the grade A's, which are easier and, you know, more fucking logical to get compared to the B's. You're top of the class now, motherfucker. Now it's time to go ahead and get that star. Pretty basic. Alright, time for me to get the letter as well. Which, you know, I had to do all that shit again, so here's the R. There you go. And, here's the A. Pretty basic right there. Of course, got the I again, because, you know, you can just ride over it, you have to jump. And then lastly is the last R, which requires you to make a bit of a transfer, because that rail doesn't want to fucking work usually, so you have to transfer for it, or else you're just gonna miss, because you can't grind on that sometimes. Usually, in fact, like 80% of the fucking time, you may get the rare lucky hit of actually grinding that rail, but otherwise, you're gonna get fucked. Anyway, now we're doing the senior rails, which there are 8 of. And, this one here is a senior rail, but you have to grind essentially the entirety of it, or else it won't count. Then you have the last one right at the end. But don't worry if you bail off this one, because guess what? It still counts. Landing these doesn't fucking matter. So that's kind of neat. But, you know, doesn't really matter when you also have just, you know, just a whole bunch of shit beforehand that is bullshit. You wish that had mercy? It doesn't give you mercy. It just sparingly wants to give you mercy when you deserve mercy. Like, all these awkward jumps here, that's not mercy, really. That's just the game being a dick. That's the developers being dicks. Because the developers are dicks. I really do not have a good history so far with Full Fat. They are legitimately just garbage when it comes to this shit. To be fair, their competitor is fucking Vicarious Vision, so they're already fucked to begin with. But even then, they could at least try, instead of just constantly giving me fucking shit games for the public to play with, you know? Like, yeah, these are just thrown out of the way games while the main spotlight's out there, but when the main spotlight is also really having a bad time, you know, you kind of want the supplementary shit to at least try to help give it some kind of an oomph, instead of just, you know, fucking just have the player just fully accept the fact that Dave Mirra fucking BMX 2 is fucked on every recognition. Anyway, time for Titanic. Time to go back to Woodward because, you know, I always at the car park now, the final level. But yeah, we're going back to this area, which luckily we have what we need, and this letter here is easier to get than the fucking A. Sure, thanks game, fuck you. Anyway, now it's time for us to get the M, time for us to get the rest of the bullshit, and then move on. By the way, there's also, you know, a few little caveats to deal with. We'll get to it later, but hey, here's a new area. It's like a bowl area. Remember the fucking bowl area in like the school area in like the first game? You know that school area where there was that hidden little area you can go to that has a bowl in it with like a fucking thing you can jump over and all that shit, the diving board? And that was kind of neat. Here you got a spray can on the floor and this awkward as fuck A that has you just jumping onto a buggy fucking wall that flips you upside down but you never crash on. And for this A, you have to be nearly straight for and high enough. You have to jump off the fucking bowl for, and it's just awkward as shit, and I don't like it. But hey, a new little area I can show you. It has like a clock there and everything, a little trophy cabinet there. It's kinda neat. Anyway, time to go back into hell, because now I'm gonna go ahead and get the star, which you cannot go too fast for or else you'll overjump it. Then you gotta go ahead and get these fucking houses by just jumping on them, except for one, where you don't jump on it, but you gotta grind, but you don't grind on the house, because the house itself doesn't count, while these two houses, or three houses really do count. Also, everybody needs good neighbors. I think we can all fucking agree with that. This game is not a good fucking neighbor, but I think we can agree that everybody, you know, deserves some good neighbors, you know? Anyway, here we gotta deal with fucking grinding the Woodward signs, which requires you to get upward, stop, turn to angle yourself just right, and not be too fast or else you get fucked. And then you have to just gently grind up the fence and then onto the sign, because you can't get the sign normally. And there you go. Lovely. We grind the Woodward logos. Now, let's go ahead and just, you know, get this one paint can I missed, which isn't having a fucking shadow anywhere I could see. Thanks, game, for that one. Couldn't fucking let me see that shit, huh? Also have to grind that to get this. Sure, that's how that works. That's a fucking house grind. Grinding the rail before the house. Fuck me. Oh my god. Anyway, after I get these scores, we then finally get to the car park, the new level of the game where I can stop jump cutting through shit and actually give you, you know, a regular sort of viewpoint. By the way, I just jump cut through a whole bunch of shit, and this video is 18.5 minutes long. There's so much shit, and it really isn't fun. It's not enjoyable. It's not even good. It has a fucking deliberate soft lock with a fucking A letter at the very beginning of the first level for the Mirra letters. Like, fuck you. And then you have this level, which is the largest level in the fucking game. It starts off looking small. It has this M here and everything, sure. But this is a level with fucking layers. We're in the Shrek zone, motherfucker, because we're now going through floors, where you have to grind on stolen autos, which look the exact same as all the other cars, but I guess there's some difference there that the game is telling me of, which is not noticeable whatsoever. And you also have just a fucking bullshit-ass grind jump to work with, which requires you to just be fucking perfect for it, essentially. Which sometimes just blind luck for it. You have bullshit, like, cans to get. You have just way too big a level and not even that much to work with for time because of it. These 3 minutes, you're gonna end up wasting a lot just trying to get through these areas. Like, did you notice a single difference with that fucking red SUV there compared to all the other cars here? I could not notice a fucking thing that makes it noted that it's a stolen fucking car. They could have, at the very least, done some kind of a different coloring to it, you know? But no. Stolen auto found. I guess that one's on its own in like a weird spot, sure. But let's have a look at the other side. Is like another side there? Maybe it's like one car there, you know? But hey, now I gotta deal with this fucking jump here. And this jump sucks. No, there's a whole bunch of cars there. Okay, this is the one noticeable one. Good job, game. But yeah, in order to get this fucking gap here, this 1 star and spray can, by the way, you have to grind on this wire here, where all these lampposts are, jump off the very end of it while going as fast as you can, and then hoping to fuck you reach the other end of it, and then you have to just keep going forward, go for the star, then go backwards and make another big jump to get the spray can, which then you get a teleport for. And if you are not fast enough or you don't make the jump good enough, you fall down and have to do it all over again. If you fall off the building, in any spot in the building, you restart here at the entrance. Every time. This jump is such bullshit. And then you have to go back and get this. And by the way, by the time you get this, you probably have that little time left, like I do there. Oh, by the way, crazy transfer exists, which there are 4 of. And that one requires you to not be too fast, too. Oh my god. Anyway, it's time for some shit. First off, we gotta deal with those transfers, which 2 of them are just these transfers, which aren't really crazy when you really think about it. Like, let's be real here. There's only like 1 crazy transfer you can maybe think is crazy, but these 2, no. No, these are just basic. This transfer, though, is crazy, because you can't make it normally. No, you have to get a bit more speed from this ramp here, all the way down, and then make a tight turn over there, and then jump the bitch in order to get it. That's the crazy transfer. The other 3, though, not so much. So, now it's time for me to go forward and explore a bit more, because there's all these other buildings here we can also explore, and there are the sky rails, which are crazier than the crazy rails, because if you fuck up and you fall down, you gotta get all the way back here again, which is seconds lost on your time. And let's be real here, you don't have that much time to get through this shit, and by the time you get here on the beginning, you probably wasted about 20-30 seconds of your time already. So, you know, then you gotta get up here and such, which can take you about another 10 seconds if you get it good enough, but it can take you a bit longer because of how awkward and shitty it is. And, yeah, then there's the fucking spray cans, which I would recommend getting all these spray cans before going for the final one. But, you know, I went for the final one as my 3rd spray can here, like the fucking daredevil I am. Actually, I think I lied. I think I actually got it as my last one. Yeah, I did. Because I'm not fucking mad! Anyway, accidentally, I styled it. Just because I wanted to just, I guess, laugh at the fucking game and give it the middle finger. And I think I just successfully did it. So fuck you, game. Anyway, now it's time for the mirror levels, which the M is right at the start. It's the only thing that's here in this little area. This place has no point otherwise. And then, you know, I style it again, but by accident, because sometimes the game accidentally puts you backwards, and then that can happen. What just happened there? Fuck if I know. Fuck if I know. But anyway, there's making that bit of a double car jump, and then there's the A, which is right here, back when I was getting the sky rails. There you go. And in this area, I will get my scores. And you know what? That's it. That's the game. Yeah, it's a shorter part than the first part, but with the first part, you get a pretty good idea that for the most part, you're just getting kind of put into this, you know, this sense of just bullshit, because you're being lied to from the very beginning. This game isn't going to be that bad, and then you get to here. And then you think this is over, but it's not over. Because they got one more challenge for you. They got one more thing for you. And they're going to give you some stats for it as well. So, let's go ahead and put all these stats into bunny hop. Because spin's useless, and balance is pretty much fine for me as Dave. It's time for the big air. It's a big fucking jump, and all we gotta do here is get 20,000 points in one combo. That one combo is necessary, because I tried to do this without doing it in one combo, and the game did not count it. So, by the way, that 3 minutes you have there, ignore it. You have, like, the one jump, and that's it. I will give you about a few more failed attempts, including one where I got very close. But ultimately, this is usually what you're going to end up getting, and this is usually where your final challenge is. Just retrying the same thing over and over and over and over again until you can somehow land a 20,000 combo with only air tricks. Even though the air tricks in this game are dog shit. So, my best way of doing this is just spam the fucking buttons until you get lucky. I have no strategy for you here. Just get lucky. Spam all the trigger buttons and shit until you get it. And then you get this. You are the new world champion. Thanks for playing. Every fucking rider has this screen. Every rider has this ending. And let's be real here. Every fucking rider in the game is just a palette swap. That's it. That's the fucking game. To be fair, not as torturous as the actual Dave Mirra 2, so this is better than Dave Mirra 2, in my opinion. But it sucks still, it's shit still, and I did not have a good time playing it. And I am really, really not looking forward to the third game in the series. I'm not. I'm gonna hope that the stupidity and the lewdness and the goddamn shittiness of the game will be at least funny enough to me to just dull out the fucking agony. Thank you for watching this, guys. I will see you all next time in a new Let's Play.